Hello, Mooji.
Hello.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you to all the master I met.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm very happy for the lady just before that came, because I think she experienced the self.
Yes.
And I would ask you kindly if I could experience the same.
Yes. Yes. In fact, I would tell you, you can never not be the self. It is always present, you know? And yet it is, we have the impression that it is some place we must get to and reach. And this is widespread throughout every country, every people. There's some kind of belief that this perfect state or nature is something I must strive for and must do. And some people tell you, no, not in this life also. I remember one time one of the girls from Satsang, she had gone, I have to say this, she went to the local park and she was walking the park, beautiful summer day, morning, and she sees a girl there dressed in sort of like a spiritual costume, you know, not costume dress, you know, this kind of look. And she looked very happy, this girl looked very, very happy. And she was so much, the girl from Satsang was very much attracted to her. So she went over to her and wanted to know, is this a special celebration? Like, it's your birthday, I'd like to wish you, you know, well, and so on. So she says, hi, how are you? You seem very, very happy. I'm so attracted to your happiness. And this girl says, I'm happy because today I discovered I only have 5 more lives to live. Only 5. Only 5. Okay? So the Satsang girl, she goes, what? If I was told I have 1 more year to be in my stupid head, okay, it would be already unbearable for me. Okay? You have 5 lives, and she's happy. Only 5. So the mind can take many different shapes, and we can believe these things and accept them. I am saying you are already the self, but you have not recognized what it is. In every part of your day, the self is there. But because of this developed identity as a person, which result in a natural feeling of separation from what the self or God or truth must be, because we have an idea that must be really good and perfect all the time, and I am not. And this I who is not can only be a form of mind, because mind can never be stable. It can never be like this. You'll always be up like this. And inside this mind, the I person is expressed. It's also a form of consciousness, the feeling of I, but now we believe I am the body, I'm a woman, I am this, I am that, and it's meant to be. It's not any one person's mistake. It is an intentional, divine intention, you see, that the consciousness will sleep in the idea of being the body and a personal identity.
Mooji?
Yes.
Here comes the question of the how to do it.
How to?
How to drop, how to leave everything.
Yes.
And just be.
Okay. So in the same way, how to drop everything and be. Okay, we can say that for the moment, we can drop everything. After that, you can be with everything and just be. So why ask you to drop everything and then be? Because at the moment, we are easily distracted by our life and our involvement and in the sense of the person. So this I ask like that, then you can start to know also. Why not? That I say, first of all, be open to the possibility that this this seeing can happen right now. Just be open. Because sometimes we're here and goes, okay, you try and prove to me, but I'm going to be, no, they say, well, it's no fun for me. I'm not going to try and pulling teeth today to try and get you out. If you are open, then I don't see you. I would like to see what the obstacle is now.
I try to be open.
Okay, it's good. I take it that your coming to the microphone is already your willingness. If now you are here again, and I say, then right now as you're here, okay. In the same way, whatever ideas you have about you, we have not met before, I don't know anything of any history of yours, and I don't feel I need to. That's already something amazing. I don't need to find out where you were born. I think maybe you might be French or something, I don't, but it doesn't matter. You're I don't know. Anyway, but you leave everything, all this for a moment, only for a moment, because I don't find anything that we're holding on to an offense. It is just a shape of mind, okay? So I can say just for the moment, in order to make this more quickly, no? Can you just leave your, whatever the content of your mind is for a minute, just leave it aside. You know? Just leave it for now. And even the first thing I say of you, just whatever ideas you have about life or about yourself, just let it go. Because I'll know if you're holding on. I will see if you're holding on. You let it go, just let it go. And everybody can do that. Sometime mind might say, you know, okay, he's doing that with him now. I'll wait for my turn. No, it is all our turn. Suppose you don't get a chance to come up to the microphone. Does it mean that you don't get a chance? Not at all. In fact, sometimes people sitting down will get it before the person at the microphone. So don't let your mind cheat you out of that. Leave it, everything for a moment right now. The same voice I'm speaking with that he's hearing, you can hear. Don't associate anything with yourself. Even the idea you have of who you are, anything you can write, like a resume or something, all this stuff I'm going to ask, let's leave it aside. You don't need to destroy, just leave. As though all the information, all the memory, all the history, all the data about you is not needed for this. You must be totally empty of it. So it's just leaked out. Yesterday, I think I spoke like, just imagine you had a hole in the bottom of your foot and everything is just out. All your information, all your knowledge for a moment. And I say, don't worry, because I'm not going to throw it away. We can reclaim afterwards. It'll be right here.
There are still things that stay, even though you say...
Yeah. My important point is, as I was saying earlier, that even if something appears to stay, but you don't hold.
How? By
ignoring something. It's like supposing you want to be alone at your house, but every 10 minutes somebody come knock on your door. Bang, 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 bang. Okay? Do you have to let them in?
No, but
they're ready.
The noise.
The noise is there.
It's still there.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. You're going to be a special case right now. Okay? With the noise, because there are going to be many people. I like this. So even inside, I say to everybody, leave everything outside. No, meaning leave it aside. Aside means don't be engaged with it. Just leave it aside if you can. So I like this now with you. You say, but I want to leave it, but it doesn't want to leave. The mind is still inside going, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no. Okay, you cannot leave it. Okay? It won't go. You say, go. Okay, so and some people experience this actually, no? That the noise is chattering, cha 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 cha. Then how can I ask you to leave it? Yes, I can. I can ask you to ignore it for the moment. Let it chatter. You can still hear my voice. Yeah.
But
Can you
it's
still-
not only mental, it's also physical. I have the
Yes.
sensations of
Yes.
the body and so on.
Yes, good. As much as you can have. Today, we're going to demonstrate and show you your freedom. Okay? So let them get their neighbors also come in and throw full party, full rave inside. Let it happen, okay? I am very happy for this because I'm still going to show you that even that cannot stop you from awakening to yourself. Okay? So the noise is there. Other people say leave it aside. They go, You? No, nothing. So full noise, full carnival going on inside, even if it were like this, but as long as you can still hear my voice. Because I say this because mine can also start to go, and you can just hear me. It did it to myself in front of Papaji. When I first met Papaji, and he was talking to me, the mind came up in me and it was going, but I was trying to be cool, like, like.
I'm doing the same a little bit.
Yeah, and but actually, for myself, it was also becoming angry. The man was saying, why is he speaking to me? Why is he making fun of me and this type of nonsense, you see? So you have to be very, very watchful. So here comes like this. Inside, some noise is going on. The body's making noise, the mind making noise. But you can still hear my voice when I say, okay, then just ignore them. There's a time when you have to go only to ignoring. You may have a castle with walls as thick as this room, but some noise is in your head. No noise from outside now, just noise in your own head is coming. How are you going to get away from this? I'm going to show you something. Leave him. Don't try and stop the noise. Don't try and stop the noise, okay, for a moment. Say, okay, just let the body with the noise be there, but don't give any importance to them. Don't be saying, I wish this was not here, and, when am I going to be free of this, and so on. No, because I am not pointing about to be free of this. I'm talking about to be free. You understand? So let those sounds, those noises continue. You are aware of them. In deep sleep, when it happens for you, this noise cannot be there. Unless you're going to tell me you don't sleep. But badly. So at least some peace, but maybe not for too long a duration. Then the mind wake you up. Come on, time for some shouting or whatever. Okay? So, even so, if you were not conscious, these things couldn't manifest. Something has to be there to say these things are playing loudly. I say it again. Some awareness in you must be here already to say that the mind is being very noisy, the body is a lot of stuff going on here. No? Something perceives that. Okay? That which is perceiving the noise and so on, is it an attitude or is it just pure witnessing? Is it going, I wish that would just stop, man. Please just have a break from all this noise. The witness to all the noise is the witness going, I just want this to be finished today.
It's not pure. It's a feeling of awareness, but it's not the awareness.
Yeah, very good. So even the urge, the desire, I want to be finished with this today. Just get me out of here. I just want to be finished with this. That witness is not pure because it has some vested interest in what it is witnessing. They are connected. Yeah? The desire to finish the noise, which no one questions this witness because what the witness is reporting seems reasonable. Anybody would want to finish the noise. We can understand you, sir. Yes, we are on your side. Okay? But this witness also, is this witness reliable also? Is it stable? Is it every moment saying, no, like I don't, no, please, I want to be finished with this noise or whatever?
Sometimes I can touch it a little bit, but it's very ephemeral. It's very...
Yeah. So it's very ephemeral, meaning that it sometimes it's not there, sometimes it comes and goes, no? So what sees this? Let's slow down now, and please, if you can bring your attention, make this your moment also. What is seeing that even the one who is suffering from this state is also perceivable? What is perceiving here? I don't want the answer so quickly. I want you to hear the question and use the question to find that which is perceiving them. Because already it's clear that they are perceived, or it is perceived. So you have started the fact already. Yeah.
Yesterday I tried to answer this question. What came in was a kind of conscious awareness.
Yes.
That was the word that came.
Yes.
But again, it's very ephemeral. It's
okay. What recognizes the ephemeralness of that even? Is that ephemeral? You understand the word ephemeral? Meaning it is not solid, it come and go. You're trying to find a thing, but it is like a shapeshifter. You go and suddenly he's gone. It's not stable. You cannot recognize it.
Yeah.
It's like trying to describe a ghost.
It's a good point, because at that point I cannot go beyond.
Yes.
It's like I can perceive this conscious awareness, but to go beyond that...
There's no need to go beyond. You are beyond just by watching it. There's no need to go beyond. This is another trick of mind. You're not on a linear journey that you're seeing this thing and you say, no, I can see this one, but now it's blocking. I can't go beyond here. It's not necessary. You must listen now. You are witnessing this. It is not witnessing you. I am looking at my hand. My hand is not looking at me. The important factor is you who are witnessing. You don't have to go anywhere.
Okay, but when I witness that, it's like having the face, in your example, the face against the wall or close to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But even though there is this witnessing, I'm still blocked in this picture.
Who is blocked?
This one.
How can you refer to yourself as this one? There will always be something earlier that say, I am this one. I say, but who about you?
But that's my question. How to go in the you, how to go in the self.
But you are the self. You are looking, but you're looking plus an idea you have of yourself as the seeker. A mask you put on and you're seeking. How can the mask you put on is searching for the one behind?
Intellectually, I understand what you say, but
that means you don't understand.
From my heart, I don't feel.
Let's go again. I have time for this because you have to get it today.
Yeah.
So let's look again. You say, where are we up to now? That you are clear about what so far? What are you clear about so far? Okay.
From this location, I'm clear.
Yeah, the location is that
Here, I'm here,
you're here.
physically.
You're here physically. Okay. Is it the body that knows it is here? When you say I'm here physically,
This is the mind.
you're referring to the body. So, does the body know you? Or is it something that knows, that says, I am this body?
This is the mind who think physically I am here.
Yes, okay. What knows it is the mind that is thinking this thing here? Where is the position of that, in which the mind saying, I am here physically, that is also seen?
Intellectually, I would like to say...
Why you say intellectually?
Because it's not something I feel deeply in me.
Okay. What do you feel deeply in you?
Spontaneously, I would say nothing.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Okay. Let's try that one. I feel nothing. I feel nothing. Apart from what my mind has to say, I feel nothing actually. My mind has 1,000 things to say. Okay? But you ask me what do I have to say? Actually, the truth is I don't feel anything at all. Okay? I am fine with this. But is now whether the mind is going to say that is it a nothing as described by the mind, or is it the nothing which is of the self? Don't give up. Huh? I'm going to say there's two kinds of nothing. There's a nothing where the mind goes, it's nothing. Or you're nothing. You see? So the mind say to somebody on the street, go away from here, you're nothing. And whoa, who you calling nothing, man? You know? And there's the one you say to the sage, you are nothing. And he say, thank you for reminding me. Not that he needs reminding, actually. Just polite. Okay? This nothing, is it a kind of psychological description? Like, I don't feel nothing. Meaning that I expect to find something, but I find nothing. Okay? I find there's nothing. And I'm saying, this nothing, don't label it with any kind of judgment.
But how can I be this nothingness? How can I, not by the mind, not by the intellect, but how can I be it? And
where did you come? Where did you come to pick up the word nothingness? This concept of nothingness. Where is it relevant for you? How did you know? How do you know nothing?
I don't know if it's spontaneous or because I was listening to you a couple of months ago, but it came.
It's a good word, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, suppose there was not the knowing or concept of nothing. Like there was only ever something. Suppose there was only ever something in life. There's only something. There's no such whatever it would be that's called nothing. Okay? Would you be happy for that? Nothing is the greatest resting place for being. Mind is always giving you something.
How can I be it?
Why don't drop the how?
Because I want to succeed
nothing?
in this. I want to arrive at that point.
Where can nothing be? How can we get to nothing? By what transportation you can go?
That's my question.
Either it's everywhere or it's located someplace. We travel in the world of somethingness. Where are we going? We're going to nothing. Can we read? Oh, we're coming close to nothing, guys. You know? We're coming to nothing. Zoop. Nothing. How can it be? What is nothing? What it means nothing or no thing. What is nothing? Where is nothing? In sleep you go into kind of is a good metaphor. In the waking state, we are almost always in a state of somethingness. In deep sleep, you go into nothingness, and you are happy. You are happy. Suppose you could not go to sleep. Sleep is a kind of nothingness. There's no experience. Your friends are not there, family, nobody's there. Why you want to go there? Even you're not there. Even you're not there. You buy the best, most expensive bed to forget everything,
Mooji,
to enter nothing.
respectfully.
Yeah.
I understand that you are saying just be or something like this.
Yeah, actually, maybe
but
just be is not probably good, because it's almost like I'm telling you to become something. What about if you don't become anything at all? Drop the idea even to change something, or to reach anything, or to become something.
Am I impolite to ask again how to do that? Is it impolite?
No. It's just, in a sense, very French. I mean, sorry.
Is it arrogant?
No. Not for me. I am very much enjoying, and I like if you present something, it feels like a challenge, because I know that somehow we will
it's
find
not a
way.
challenge for you, it's a challenge for me.
Yes. When you were in deep sleep, was it a challenge to be empty, to be nothing? How did you go to nothing in deep sleep?
By letting go.
Yes. By choice? You were compelled, no? By nature to sleep come, and the sense of yourself, we got absorbed in that. I'm not going to press sleep, because you may think, no, I don't talk about sleep. I want to be fully here and be nothing. Okay? But you cannot do it with your mind. And without the mind, there's no need to do it, because it is what is here. Like I say, I am nothing. I am with the body, I have a sense of speaking with you. All this is very much present also. I can have the taste and the experience of speaking with you, understanding what you're saying, and all of this. At the same time, I say that I'm totally at zero, if I can use a term. I'm zero. If I ask people to count, please count to 10, they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They will not say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am at zero. You're all at zero, thinking you start at 1. And 1 is mind for me. I know it's not enough for me to say that, but it's important that I say that. I am already at zero. So because of this zero, whatever it is that manifests is like a number. It comes. And I know it is somehow belonging to the world of the manifest or phenomenal world for me, meaning that it's appearing in the mind. Our thoughts, our feelings, sensation, history, projection, dreams, actualities, it's all movements in the mind for me. And I'm very comfortable with that. It's okay. But I'm not confused by it. That's the nothing I'm speaking. It's not that, my own master told me, if you will discover the truth that you say you long for, you must vanish. He told me, if you are to discover truth, you must disappear. What kind of instruction is that to give to somebody? What should I do? Abracadabra, nothing happened. So obviously, it was not an instruction to my mind. My mind could not do it. How do you, when you put vanishing cream, how do you vanish? I did not. So what happened is that he told me something I could not do. And what happened is that my system went into some strange state, and anger came, everything came up, all the stuff that I felt I did not have anymore came up.
But it came at the end.
What?
What you are mentioning.
Yeah, it is revealed. It was revealed because seemingly my mind was in the way. My idea of myself was in the way. My belief in myself as this kind of person and so on was quite strong. I would not have thought it was strong, but in the face of such a profound statement of my master, then the mind could not answer. It just.
So, is there a statement that you could say to me that I could grasp, keep it, and use it in order that it reveals?
You see, you want to be someone who makes use of advice to become no one. Yeah. From my perspective, you are the no one. You are the nothing, which has developed a strong identity for the sense of something. I'm speaking to your nothingness, but you're responding from your somethingness. I don't have a problem with somethingness. But when something is trying to become nothing, yes?
Yeah, understood.
Okay, now, it is only a flash of understanding, But I don't want to give even this thing flash because the mind goes waiting for flash, you see? It doesn't really want the flash, the mind play, you see? But it knows that you, the consciousness, will hold on to the image of a flash and expect it, which is how it won't happen, you see? It is just how the mind play. So I don't want to give any image. Because any image you will look and say, yeah, but it's not that. You gave me a clue because you say, it was you who say, no? I asked you, what is your experience? You say nothing. You remember you said nothing? Yeah. How did you know nothing? It came from you, you admitted.
I said it came either from spontaneity or because also I listened to you, so maybe the word came in. I don't know, both ways.
No, I believe you more than that. That when you said nothing, it had a more profound resonance in that moment. But I see that somehow you had not valued that. You had not think it to be important. It's like the nothing was like, I didn't get anything. And it's almost like the mind wants something as nothing. That you want to grasp nothing.
Yes.
Yes, it is not possible. I don't know if the French have done it, I don't know. But it is not possible. You can only have concept of nothing. But the nothing itself, because you believe in yourself as a somebody, somebody like that, you cannot have two contrary beliefs at the same time. The sense of being somebody is an entrenched idea, a deep idea, no? And there's an awareness of that idea of somebodyness in you. What is watching, what knows this shape of somebodyness comes from the nothingness already. I can do nothing for nothing. You are already watching from nothing, but you have a concept of nothing that you're trying to experience.
I want to overcome this concept. That's my point. I'm here for this.
Yes.
it's a big challenge for me to come here. I didn't came here for playing. It's a
I
big
hope
challenge.
nobody's here for playing.
And
Except me.
And yeah, that's good.
But it's so serious. I look sometime in there and I said, my gosh, what I'm to share is the greatest news, not only news, but also to actually prove it in you. And I've put it at the highest discovery in the human kingdom. But like I say, it's a good thing I'm not judging by your expression. Because many people, I'm showing you are free forever, not just for Zmar. I'm showing you that.
Okay, maybe I will try another way to express it.
Okay.
When I listen the invitation,
yes,
I think I can grasp, I can feel many of the invitation, but when it comes to the questions, does it fade and so on, I'm not able to answer no. I don't. It's intellectually again. Yes, it's easy for me intellectually to. But in my heart, in my feeling,
you don't believe that your idea of yourself is also intellectual?
Maybe.
And that from that position you cannot help functioning or believing yourself in an intellectual way. This is why somehow to go more deeply in, you're holding, something is holding. I gave the example, like someone feels the pull to go into the empty cave because here a voice called you, come here into the emptiness, but you don't trust it, no? And then you want to go, so you put a rope around your waist and tie it to the tree. So that means you don't have to trust, you see? And that mistrust will get in your way.
I want distrust.
Yeah.
I want it.
I'm not even putting it to you that you don't trust. I see the seeming urgency of your request to be this. I see you are already this, but in the way, in your style of thinking, in your paradigm of thinking, it wants a result that it can quantify. It wants a result that it can go, now I can see the nothingness. Now I can experience it for myself, I can prove. But you, when the nothingness is revealed, the way you think of yourself as the discoverer of nothingness will not be there.
Yeah. I understand that also.
Yes.
But I'm still triggered. Sorry, again, from how to move it, how to go from the intellectual willingness of being it and being it. You see my point? Do you see my question?
I do.
Can you do something?
Yes, I'm trying. One second. I like this.
I don't like it so much.
You, as you are presenting yourself, doesn't exist for me in that way. Yeah, you exist totally, but it's a very narrow channel you put. It's like, and yet it doesn't matter because it's only that it creates a kind of, it's like I'm trying to prove I'm talking to nothingness, which is believing it is somethingness, to convince it that it's the nothingness.
Okay, I
Trying
understand.
to put a mirror in front of this nothing to say what you see. And you say, yes, I know it intellectually, but I'm still seeing something here. So what are you seeing in this mirror?
I see the somethingness, looking at the somethingness.
You see the belief of somethingness reflecting its own belief unto itself. So before that, what sees something? What is aware of something? Another something?
Again, intellectually, I would like to say nothing or
Why
being,
intellectual is an excuse?
because I don't feel it. I don't.
What do you feel? Say, don't think too much. What do you feel?
Spontaneously came reality.
Which is another word for? Go, speak it.
Truth.
Another word for truth? How do you feel truth? How does it feel? How do you feel reality? How does it feel? Don't go to your mind. How does it feel? You're using words.
As it is.
Yeah.
It is. It feels as it is. It feel.
It feels as it is, which is like what?
It feel something like the it is. It is.
Yes. Okay. That's what nothing is. It is. That's the same word, nothing. And it is. You can't describe it is, and you cannot describe nothing. It is.
When you say that, maybe I'm doing a step back, but I had the same glimpse, the same flash of understanding what I called previously the conscious awareness.
Yeah.
But it's again ephemeral. It came and left.
You are what who is experiencing this.
Yes. When I experience this, it's true. It's just pure experience.
Yeah. Who are
it's
you?
It's not the mind who experiences it.
Yeah, exactly. So you are what then?
Now I'm a body mind. But when I experience it...
It's not true. Body mind you also perceive.
Not now.
What you perceive now?
Nothing.
Oh. How does that feel?
Now that I try to describe it, it's no more there.
The nothing is gone.
Yeah.
It's very flimsy, isn't it?
Flimsy? What does that mean?
Meaning very, is it ephemeral?
Yeah.
So the nothing becomes ephemeral, meaning that it must be another shape in the mind. Mind is something. You are what again? Remind me. Please be patient. This is a very good conversation, actually. You are what again?
If I think, I'm body-mind. If I'm not thinking, I'm nothing.
You choose.
Yes, but every day you have to use this thinking to function in life.
Well, it is fine. That kind of thinking does not cause any trouble. Practical, pragmatic thinking, it does not cause any trouble. Existential thinking is who am I, what is this, I'm not somebody. This created some, and it was important also.
I had a lot of trouble based on practical thinking.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
Maybe I'm stupid.
I believe you. I really believe you. I really do. Yeah. Now you will find out if your practical thinking is in some way limited by this discovery now. I think it should function even better in a way, not obsessive, but now under the higher power of the emptiness. I would love to keep in touch with you, actually.
Me too.
Yes? Okay.
How? When?
Well, Shri will contact you, and
Okay.
I would like to like this, but actually, don't give it like okay. So now I can talk more about. Don't let the mind says okay. You didn't solve it. He's going to try and solve it more later. No. I feel it is resolved somehow, but watch the mind because he's very, very careful. He got you to become something in such a rigid way. But it's only an idea. He sold your idea. You see, anytime you go to thinking, what a wonderful thing. Anytime you go to thinking about this, then it goes into some kind of shape. And then you don't, then you're fine. How do you feel as nothing now?
It's okay because I don't have to process any activities or complex activities. But when I am in the daily world, I'm working in the business world, for example. I have very complex situation to deal with, a lot of interactions and so on, like many people here, and it's not so easy to handle.
It is amazing how consciousness is. It is amazing because it can be absolutely not depending on anything, any reference, and the most complex, seemingly complex thing, because for consciousness, nothing is complex. It just is functioning, pure functioning. But complexity is also a state of mind also. But it can perform all these things, do all these things. In fact, that's what it's doing in the name of the mind, so to speak. But it's doing, no? And without losing itself. Just like you can do so many things, but if somebody called your name, are you remembering your name? No, it is there. This knowledge is even there before your name was offered to you. And that is the root consciousness. And it is not a thing. Body is something. But it is not a thing. You are going to keep discovering the excellence, the wonderfulness of this no thing that you are.
Is it gradually? Is it a progressive?
It can take different shape. It can take different form because somehow this is the paradox, because it is as though in the realm of consciousness, in the dynamic consciousness, something keeps expanding, maturing, as though you cannot come to the end of this amazing field of discovering and expansion and elevation and transcendence. And yet, it is happening on the stage of consciousness against a background of unchanging awareness at the same time.
I'm not sure it's answering my question, because I start somehow, so-called spiritual past 10 years ago. And I have the impression it will never finish.
If you have a mind that works at concepts and, like this, and to transcend something and to know and to get a bit above, that's one aspect of consciousness. There is also what I call Nirguna Brahman. I can explain. That means that the consciousness beyond attributes. Can you understand what I'm saying by that?
Yeah.
Okay. That I am absolutely. Because of this non-knowing knowing, the knowing aspect of consciousness is more playful for me. And it is the same for you, for everybody. It's a question of when sufficient, whatever it may call, I'm going to use a word like grace, that comes maybe through the urge that it causes to open inside you, to listen, and to keep on understanding, and the understanding which is not adding. It's almost an understanding that is subtracting. That leaves nothing, it needs no shape to be what it is. It doesn't need any quality to quantify or qualify what it is. This is why I say sometimes when you're in that position where you can bear your own emptiness and your own silence, that is freedom, true freedom. Because the mind will keep on scratching, and you'll want to know, and that's also fine. That's the evolutionary aspect of consciousness. But there's that which is beyond evolution. It simply is. It just is. Here it is found a total acceptance. There is nothing that I am aspiring for from this place. In the dynamic arena, you can say, then there may be an urge to develop certain things, a certain power, a deeper understanding about, more subtle levels of consciousness. Because as we are elevating in consciousness, it's like you go to another layer, and on that it's like a platform that is infinite, and the laws of consciousness work in a different way, more light, more intuitive. And you can go to other levels, and each one is like a layer that becomes much more light and beautiful, I would say. I can use the word beautiful. Less dense, less bodily, But these are happening spontaneously. If I were to put it in a way that the mind was trying to grasp, I could not do that. I would not be interested.
I understand what you say. But in 10 years, I don't have the impression I reached even the first layer. I'm still at the...
I would prefer to put you first to 0 than to put you on level 1, 2, 3. Because for me, that is the highest. It's beyond any dependency on shapes. From mind, suggest some things and you take shape. You go into the shape of a person or a certain kind of position in order to understand some things. I would more encourage you to be shapeless until it doesn't need encouragement anymore. I am shapelessness with shape, but there's nothing lacking in that. In my shape, I'm in time and duration and change. But this is what I call more dreaming. It's not stable for me. My stability is in this nirguna state, the attributeless. I am the attributeless. These are potentials within consciousness in its manifestation. These are possibilities that you can continue peeling away at the layers of the concepts that you believe in or become attached to, and you're coming to a kind of shapelessness. As long as we are attached to personal identity, there will be fear towards the shapeless or the formless. But the more you're discovering the formless and the immensity of it and the joy of it and the unbroken peace and the unbounded love and the expanding wisdom that come with it, you are naturally attracted to it. And you will dissolve your identity there also.
I hope so. I wish I could reach that.
As long as you believe strongly and feel a loyalty to your personal idea of self, you will, even the emptiness, the nothingness that you discover, it will feel temporary, because the mind will be able to pull you back into the shape of personal identity, and you'll have the same difficulty like, how do I come to that place which is seamless, which is always even and stable? It doesn't fluctuate. While you're in the conviction of personhood, you'll be in a state of fluctuations. It is just the way it is, and it can be proven also. In the mind state, is never stable. You know, even something you think, I love this, and if I could have this only, I'll be happy forever. It is not true. You will not be happy. You give it 3 weeks and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. I experience it. Since the years, I see the mind fluctuating.
Yes.
The wishes and so on and so on. So I understand what you say. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
So only must come the recognition beyond intellectual conviction, you know, just the natural knowing. It's funny because even to speak of this is only because of the mind, you know. This natural knowing is there. It's not a construct. It's not something you're going to develop. You'll only come to recognize depending on how strong or loyal you the consciousness are, to the limited state of personhood. For this reason I say, I'll be happy to talk more with you.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.